All right, welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name's Elliott and you're watching Rickety Ski Reviews. Today we're going to be answering more questions and comments going into the weekend. I have a couple of reviews. I have cooking, but they take longer to edit, and then they kind of essentially take twice as much work as the normal videos, so I want to keep regular content. So I'm going to plan on editing some of that stuff ahead of time over the weekend, but for now, let's answer some of your guys' questions, especially since there's still a handful of deals. Not a lot, but you know, if you need like a bent 110 or Salomon QST 98, I'm not sure what happened, but there are a lot of those skis left over. Actually, there aren't even QST 98s anymore. There's like a Black Crow's Atris I saw for sale, so I'll put links down below. There are still a handful of ski deals kind of circling the drain here, so I will try to help as many of you guys as I can. So let's answer your questions. Yeah, I don't know. And other than that, have a good weekend. I do one bit of housekeeping. January, in the second week of January, I will be gone. I am taking a trip to France. I am not having the trip paid for. I'm paying it out of pocket. There's no brand that is paying for my trip. So I know I was critical of Steve for not disclosing it, so I'm disclosing it. I'll see if I can show you guys a receipt without doxing myself. But yeah, I paid for the trip. I am meeting up with some of the people over at Black Crow's in Chamonix, but I'm going over there like first and foremost on my own dime, and I don't even know if I'm going to record any of the conversations. I just want to learn. I want to learn about how they shape the ski. I want to learn more about how the skis are made. So it's, I don't know, it's like kind of a personal interest, but I am planning on recording some of it. I'm going to be skiing in Chamonix. I'm taking a plane to Geneva, Switzerland, and then train and bus over to Chamonix. So I will try to schedule some content just so it's not a huge gap with nothing. But going into the holidays, that may prove difficult. So I'm going to try my best, no promises, but at the bare minimum, content will be more scarce during that time. Okay, Carter Fan says, so glad you finally got a chance to blaze. Laughing emoji. All right, you have the same sense of humor as me. It's like an 8-year-old sense of humor, but I appreciate it. Soft snow, pack pow, and smaller snowfalls are perfect conditions for these. The 94 is my favorite East Coast ski of all time. It's bailed me out of a couple bad decisions. Now I need to get you on a Kastle shocked emoji. Yeah, I would love to get on the Kastle. Last time I was at my local demo shop, I did see a random pair of Kastle, what was it, like the MX88? I could be making that up. So I'm gonna try to get on a pair of them if I can. But it was like one random pair, and I don't even know if it was the right size. The other problem I have is like I really try to prioritize the brands that I'm working with. So I have a bunch of skis I still need to review from brands that are sending me skis. And sometimes, you know, one, I put those demo ones on the back burner for later content, or if the skis that I have left over don't match the settings. But now there's so many brands sending stuff that's really not very common. It also weirdly sometimes feels like rewarding brands for I don't know, not answering emails or being asleep at the wheel. So I always like have this struggle teeter-tottering between like I want to serve you guys and do the skis you want to know about, but also like I need some of these brands to stop sitting on their hands, because I know every brand I've worked with has been thrilled. They're like, this is so helpful, your reviews are really thorough, we really love what you're doing. So I don't know, I would prefer if Kastle would kind of just, you know, at least work with me in some capacity so I could get the really common skis. I don't know how common the MX88s are that you guys are looking at, but I will try to get on a pair. If I have the opportunity, I will absolutely take it. I just need to prioritize some of these brands first. But I hear you, and I hear all of your comments about Kastle, Carter. I see all these comments over the years. I'm like, oh yeah, Carter really wants to see that Kastle review. So maybe one day I'll just do it, you know, just for Carter. But I don't know. I'm always trying to balance it, because at the end of the day, I want this to be helpful to you guys, but I gotta, you know, balance out some of the obligations I've made where somebody sent me a ski. I need to prioritize that over a brand that is totally radio silent. But I hear good things, and I will absolutely try to if I can. Last year, the same thing kind of happened. I wanted to review the Fisher Ranger 102, and I had these skis that had been sent to me, you know, from Black Crows and from Head. And by the time I got done with those, my local shop stopped working with Fisher. And Fisher seems to like send everyone in their uncle's skis, but they really don't seem keen on talking to me, and I'm not sure why. Maybe I was too critical of Tom Gelly. Maybe I was too critical of Deb. And actually, like Deb Armstrong, I like her content. The more I see, the more I'm like, you know, she really seems to be doing this just as a passion project. She's really, really passionate about it. She's not like charging and nickel and diming people for lessons. So I have nothing but love for Deb, and I think it's really cool. She did have an Instagram reel the other day talking about, I think it was her birthday or something, and she's like, it's my day.
Third and finally, today's my day. I'm gonna wear my Ski Strong 3-pointed hat. No helmet today. For me, I'm out here not skiing fast in the sun, no people. I know that's gonna make some people's head explode, but today's my day. Now, you'll never see me duck a rope, and I'll always wear my sunscreen.
And she's like, well, I'm not going fast, so it doesn't matter. And people can do whatever they want, but I would just like to point out to Deb and anyone else in general, that's kind of a misnomer about helmets. Helmets don't protect you from a fast collision into something. If you're going really fast and you run into a tree, you're gonna have way bigger issues with your spine, with your vital organs. The helmet really protects you from falling from however high you are down to the ground on a glancing blow. So if you're thinking, I'm not going fast, I don't need to wear a helmet, that is a misunderstanding of how helmets work. They are protecting you from the fall from however high you are to the ground. Whether you're going 30 miles per hour, 10 miles per hour, whatever, that's the real reason that you wear a helmet. So fast or slow, in my opinion, I would wear a helmet. And you know, Deb can do whatever she wants. I'm not even trying to be critical of her. I'm just trying to correct maybe a misunderstanding of how helmets work. But it's not meant malicious, just something I wanted to correct. Anyway, I don't know how I got on the topic of Deb Armstrong. On to the next question. MICQ8LC says, hello Elliott, nice review, thank you. I have one question about two other skis, I hope you don't mind. What is the difference between the Mindbender 89 Ti and the Atomic Maverick 88 Ti? I can't answer that because I've never skied on the Mindbender 89 Ti. That's another brand that's kind of asleep at the wheel, and I've only been able to review the 99 Ti at a demo shop. The 99 Ti compared to the Maverick 95 Ti, maybe that'd be helpful. The Maverick is much lighter. It's got the Horizon Tech for better flotation. It's much more of a light and diverse ski. It still carves like really accurately, and if you get it kind of engaged, it does cut and feel firm through your turn. But it's a lot lighter than the Mindbender and a lot more versatile for off-trail. The Mindbender is kind of more in like the Volkl Mantra Nordic Enforcer vein of pretty beefy, but I've only skied the Mindbender 99 Ti, so that's what I'm comparing it to. Zach skis on the Mindbender 99 Ti and loves them, and also has a Maverick 95 Ti, and I think he likes that, though he got his 95s used and his Mindbender 99s new. I do think he prefers the Mindbender 99. He's a very aggressive, very fast skier, but for me personally, I prefer the Maverick 95 Ti, just with the style I ski and the diversity I like out of an all-mountain ski. The other thing that's different is K2, at least from the first-hand experience I've seen from other skiers, really does not have customer support and does not honor their warranty very well. Atomic at least has a warranty system. Now, they didn't warranty my skis. They said the Titanol was just, you know, a surface level thing. It wasn't structural. It's like, okay, well, Titanol's in the name, so I don't know how it's not structural. But they were really good with warranting my ski boots. So I'd say, you know, I've had overall positive experiences with them. And at least they looked at the skis and considered it. From what I hear with K2, it's really hard to get a hold of anyone that's going to cover any kind of warranty thing. And they also make their skis in China. So that's just another element if that matters to you. But great question. My general experience with Mindbender 99s versus Maverick 100s or Maverick 95s is just one's a kind of a denser crud cutter on rail ski. The other one's a little bit more forgiving and versatile, and you can go off trails with it. I hope that helps. Thank you for commenting. All right, Jacob Samuels 8747 says, this guy is a certified yapper, which I think is slang for like over talking or talking too much. My brother in Christ, you clicked on a video of mine. What did you expect me to do? Not talk? Just stand silently and point at things? yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm talking. What? Oh my gosh. That's like if you click on one of my ski reviews. Man, this guy really likes to show video of him skiing. This channel, Rickety Ski Reviews. Man, this guy is a certified ski reviewer. What? And you click specifically on gift for skiers, where I'm like talking about different items to buy for people skiing. Yeah, I think, what did I comment? 100% agree. My bachelor's is in Yapponomics. I'm not mad about this comment. I just find it really funny. It's like, what did you expect me to do in a YouTube video? Talk to you and explain things and try to be helpful? Anyway, I think that's really funny. Everybody's got something they want to complain about. All right, let's go on to like more helpful comments. I just wanted to poke at that guy a little bit. Like, the logic is not logicking very much in that comment. SK Nauman says, I just got the GFT from the Zip Fit video, but the tongue arrived crooked on one of the liners. Wondering if I should return them or just try heat molding. This doesn't inspire confidence, to be honest. I mean, I don't work for Zip Fit, and I'm not like affiliated or sponsored by them, so I don't need to like run defense for them in any way. But I will say that I talked to them on Instagram. They sent me their number and helped me with a used product. Like, I bought my liners on eBay and they were willing to help me, which I think speaks a lot about the company, right? Like, I didn't help their bottom line with my purchase and they were still willing to help me. So what I would do is just reach out to them, see what they say. It may be nothing. It may be something they can fix, or it may be something they want to like support and send you a new one. You know, they seem very, what's the right word? They seem to really care about getting a good fit. So at the very least, reach out to them and see what they say. And also, like, you know, sometimes when stuff comes through the mail, I worked in shipping and logistics, crazy stuff happens to those packages. It may have nothing to do with what they did, like when they packed it or how it was stored. It may have everything to do with just, you know, it's Christmas time, stuff getting shipped out, there's such high volume in shipping. It could be anything. You know, the FedEx guy decided to punt it 30 yards across a football field. Who knows? I wouldn't be too quick to blame ZipFit. I mean, their product is expensive, so make sure you get it done right and that you're happy. But I would reach out to them. They seem like very reasonable people. And, you know, like I said, they helped me, and I was buying used. I did not put any money in their pockets, and they still took like a 15-20 minute phone call to help me out. I don't know. Maybe they know it's a YouTube channel and they want it to look good, but the impression I got is they want people to be happy with their product in general. That's my advice, though. Definitely reach out to them directly. I'm not sure what that means for that product. This is my first time reviewing it, and I'm still pretty new to it. All right, John 7E says, Epic Pass. I think everyone had a bubble during COVID, and they can't sustain those pass sales. I think more people get into the sport from smaller local mountains. This was on one of my videos where I talked about how the Epic Pass prices were selling less volumes, but because they had increased the prices, their overall revenue was higher. Yeah, there's definitely an outdoors bubble. I mean, you saw it with mountain biking too, you saw it with ski gear, and now we're kind of coming off of that bubble where people way over ordered on inventory and they're having a hard time getting rid of it. And now you have like this bubble, and Epic Passes are getting more expensive. But the real crazy part is local mountains are getting crazy expensive, at least in little pockets. Like in Vermont, Burke Mountain, if you don't buy it in the preseason and you're someone my age, $1,100 for Burke Mountain is obscene. I love Burke Mountain. And if you're a local there, what are you gonna do, right? Like sell your house over a season pass price? You're kind of locked in there. But these mountains have completely lost their minds with some of these prices. And I think part of that is because Epic Pass has pushed some of the day tickets to be so outrageous, and it's allowed people to kind of push the envelope further and further. But these ski passes are just obscene. I know it costs a lot of money to run a mountain, but it doesn't cost $1,100 per person to run Burke Mountain. That's absolutely outrageous. Or Smuggler's Notch for that matter. And Smuggler's Notch has the volume. Burke, I kind of get it. There's not a lot of people, so, you know, when things increase in costs as far as expenses, you have to, you know, spread that out amongst fewer people. But I can't believe $1,100 for, you know, an adult. They've completely lost their minds. To the point where, you know, it's cheaper for you to ski at Stowe if you just get an Epic Pass, which is awful. So, yeah, I don't know. Ski pass prices are out of control. Ski lift tickets are out of control. I told you guys earlier in the video I'm going to France. I was invited by Ski Essentials to go out to ski at Stowe for one of their testing things, which Ski Essentials, if you're watching, that was very generous. Thank you. But I cannot afford to go to Stowe. By the time I fly out, get to Stowe, I could probably like have a family member pick me up and I could stay at my dad's house. But the ski tickets are like $300 a pop. When I'm going to France, the hotels are like $100 a night and the ski tickets are about 30 to 40 bucks a day. It's crazy that it is cheaper, and the flights are probably about the same. It is crazy to me that it's cheaper for me to go ski in France than it is for me to ski at Stowe, Vermont. American mountains have completely lost the plot. I'm very, very grateful and very privileged that I ski at what I believe is the largest non-profit mountain at Bogus Basin. And yes, the ski passes are still expensive, but we buy them in February. I think they're around $500 or $600, and that's including the mountain biking. My kids' passes used to be $30. I think they went up to $60 for my youngest, and the most expensive one is like $100. So it's allowed my family to keep skiing. When I lived in Vermont for a couple of years and I had kids, I was not able to ski because it was just too expensive. And I don't know what the long term is for sustainability, but I don't know. I don't know what else to say other than it's become absurd. I don't know. And it's sad because the more inclusive a sport is, the more room or the more likely it is that somebody is going to come in and revolutionize the sport. You look at Bodie Miller, Ted Ligety, any of those guys, they completely changed the sport, and the less access people have to it, the less likely we get a new Mikael Shiffrin or a new Ted Ligety. And to me, that seems really sad. All right, last comment. Hot Dog 11011 says, got used ones on Facebook Marketplace in great conditions. This is for the Salomon QST 92. $325 for the 2023 with binding. Super excited. What a great deal. Facebook Marketplace is really good for that, if you can find a deal and if you keep your eye on it. The problem I've seen is that people want so much for their skis. And I think what happens is people pay full price at Christmas. So they spend $800-900 for their skis and bindings. And then when they go to sell it for $600, they're like, oh, that's such a good deal. Not realizing that you could get them new from last year's top sheet or whatever for, what was it, like $450, $400. Some of those Salomons were, Salomon QSTs a year ago in the fall were $325. But you still got a great deal. It's just that people don't realize how much ski gear depreciates, especially after a year or two. I recently sold my Salomon QST 106s to somebody who watches the channel, so that was kind of cool. And I sold them for $450 with bindings, just because I have so many powder skis. I have more powder skis than I think I'm gonna have powder days at this point. So I wasn't gonna use them, and I hate owning things that I don't use. So I love the Salomon QST 106s. They were one of my favorite powder skis. But you know, I didn't want to hang on to it, and I was like, somebody else could really enjoy this and have a blast. So I'm glad you got a good deal, and I hope the person who bought my skis, I hope you feel like you got a good deal, because I tried to price it that way, and yeah, I hope you enjoy. So anyway, that's the end of this video. If you like this kind of content, please consider liking and subscribing. That's a free way to support the channel. We also have memberships down below, and you can kind of get your comment prioritized. As always though, if you're gonna buy skis, please use my affiliate links down below. It might seem silly, but that is now about 50% of the channel's revenue, and a huge way that we are able to sustain this and keep making so many videos. So if you're in the market to buy skis anyway, please use those links. They're all down below. You know, even if you just click into the link and go into whatever ski you're gonna buy, that'll still work too. I believe it tracks you for like 30 days. Or if you're like, hey, I need a link for REI or something, just DM me or message me or email me and I'll figure it out. But as always, more than anything, just thanks for taking time out of your day. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you get some good skiing in. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.